Today, we're talking about Aretha Now. We are filming a video, of course talking about Aretha Now. No, that's not why on earth would we set up the camera if we weren't talking about her now? You know that's not- When else would you be talking about her? Next week? We're just gonna leave all this stuff in the middle of the room? Wait, somebody could trip on all this stuff, The album. That's the name of the album. You could have just said. Aretha Franklin really needs no introduction, but I'll give you one anyways. Aretha Franklin, the Queen of Soul, of course, is very well known and respected for her contributions to music. She's achieved a lot of commercial success, respect, You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman, Train of Fools. She has sold over 75 million records globally and recorded 112 charting singles on the Billboard Top 100, including 20 #1 R&B hits. She's the first woman in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. She's received National Medal of Arts, Presidential Medal of Honor, a Pulitzer Prize. Needless to say, she is very, very well known and important to the music industry. And so, yeah, we're going to be reviewing Aretha Now. Aretha Now came out right after Lady Soul. That album is great. It's very soulful, very a deep soul album. And so if she tried to do that, she would have some very big shoes to fill. So she didn't. She did soul with a poppier, happier twist. And I love it. I freaking love this album. And so, yeah, that's why I decided to do this album for Throwback Thursday. When I first heard Think on the radio, I was in complete awe. And that awe continues throughout almost this entire record. Like I said earlier, this album is way more fun, way more poppy, and has a lot more horns than I Never Loved a Man the Way I Loved You and Lady Soul before that. And I think it's probably Aretha Franklin's most fun album of this earlier era. And I'm not in any way saying I Never Loved a Man the Way I Loved You is a worse album for not being more fun and poppy, or that being more fun and poppy is always a good thing. I'm just saying that when Aretha does it, I freaking love it. So, yeah, her ability to blend soul and pop so perfectly is just, it's impressive. It's incredibly impressive, and this album is incredible. So yeah, let's get into the review of this album. So starting with the harmonies. The harmonies on this album are a very big part of what I love about it. So they remind me of the harmonies on Soul Perfection by Betty Harris. By the way, great record. I highly suggest it if you never heard of it. The rich, layered vocal arrangements that this album has are just, oh my gosh, they're infectious. They're beautiful. They're perfect. There's so much depth and texture in every single track, making every single song feel like a unique experience, but still have a lot of cohesion within the entire. I think this album has a lot of very, very similar elements to it. Sometimes, I think on Lady Soul, that sometimes the songs don't quite fit together perfectly. On Aretha Now, I think that they do fit together very, very well. The energy and enthusiasm that Aretha's voice brings to this album, you can just feel it in your bones. Like, it's incredible. You can hear every note she's singing. You can hear everything that you want to hear from an incredible singer. And that's why Aretha is the Queen of Soul and one of the best singers of all time. Even though this album is more oriented towards pop, I think that she does not compromise on her soul at all. Her voice is still as powerful and moving as it ever was. I mean, just I Say a Little Prayer is completely great because it's a perfect blend of emotion and melody that just showcases Aretha's incredible and perfect vocal prowess. Genuinely, she is her singing is very, very close to perfect on this album. It's incredible. It's hard to pinpoint what you like about the sound of an album, but here it's pretty obvious. It's her voice. So it's also kind of hard to say what you like about other aspects because her voice is so powerful and it really, really fills up the entire album. It fills up the album, it fills up each song on the album. If all you can focus on is her voice, it's hard to actually listen for other things. But when you really take time and do listen to the other things, they're still great. The drums are incredible on this album. I think they fit with each song incredibly. I think that the guitar also fits where it needs to. There's piano on this album that's also quite good, as it usually is with soul. And the backing vocals, of course, are completely luscious, and the harmonies are just perfect. They're just incredible. I think that sometimes backing vocals will overstate the artist that is singing, but here, absolutely not. It'd be very, very hard to overstate Aretha Franklin in general, but here, they don't overstate it. They just do what they have to, and they do it very, very well. Just a little thought. Next time you're listening to I Say a Little Prayer, think about this. It sounds like Amy Winehouse. Obviously, I'm sure Amy Winehouse has taken huge inspiration from Aretha Franklin, but on I Say a Little Prayer, it sounds a lot more like her. I think Aretha adds a sense of sass that Amy is very, very known for, and so I think it sounds more like Amy than other tracks on this album, and other Aretha tracks in general. Just a thing to think about next time when you listen to it. Yeah, just from start to finish, this album is just an incredible journey. There's no misses. Every single song on this is just pure, condensed, incredible music. It's just so hard to make an album that is this good. Each track offers something special. They're not all the same. They're not repetitive. Each track offers something special, whether it's the catchy hooks, the energetic horns, or Aretha's absolutely incredible voice, which is on every single track, but certain tracks, have better hooks or better horns. But this album as a whole showcases her versatility as an artist and solidifies her as the Queen of Soul, which nobody was really questioning. Everybody knows that she's the Queen of Soul. But if you need more evidence, here it is, right here. This is more evidence for you that she is the absolute Queen of Soul and one of the best singers of all time. This is a must listen for me, for anybody that likes Aretha Franklin, anybody that likes soul, anybody that is even trying to get into older music. This is a must listen. It is completely wonderful, and it is a huge testament to Aretha's legacy as an artist. This is the highest rating I have ever given an album on this channel, and I am very proud to give it to this album. This is going to be a 95. Completely incredible album. You have to hear this album. Listen to it. Tell me what you think in the comments. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.